this thing on? Hi, boys and girls. Please don't do this. And I'm not selling coal or oil either, throwing a global warming situation. Like, which reminds me, I mean, I might as well bust a couple jokes. I mean, because sometimes it's so confusing. Like, I don't even know what's real and what's not. We're dealing with global warming. You know, talking about it, people treat you like smoking dope. But, you know, that's part of reality today. I'm pretty sure I just saw a video with Damian Marley. I love you, fool. Like, I love your family. Most inspirational groups of people I ever, you know, heard in my life. But, you know, like, a lot of people talk about money. Like, that's their whole thing. You know, that's their reality. You know, but what's the value of money when, you know, like compound interest, it gets out of hand? Our global warming situation can be thought of the same way. Now, if what's written on the money is taking us in the wrong direction, don't take this wrong. You know, I didn't put it on a dollar bill that's made of wool and hair. And, you know, if you're seeing green, then the eyes on them presidents, they red, you know, because the color reflected is the one you see, the one absorbed is what it is. But my name's Jerry Witt. I actually go by Tony. I might as well be honest with that too. You know, I got a brother named Jerry, my daddy's named Jerry, my grandpa's named Jerry, and I'm a Jerry Witt. You know, them World War II Jerrys with similar last names. But, you know, obviously I'm Hispanic. And I can say tan without feeling like Satan. You know, I'm just joking. You know, we do have jobs as adults, leadership roles. You know, and some of the things I've seen lately are not as upsetting. And some things still are. I mean, telling a room full of, I don't know, they're not orange. Orange, glad I didn't say bananas. But not all bananas, just we're all raised different. We come from different times. You know, the day the music died, that song, Bye Bye Miss American Pie. And was the dude that married his 14-year-old cousin in that plane with La Bamba? Like, that's some funky stuff, dude. Like, for real. I hope that's not where we're going. That would be an awful thing to ever accept as great. I mean, we are a learning culture. We're humanity. We're not a bunch of pumpkin heads like Headless Horseman, his girl Horseface. You know, I'm joking. Got a roast you. I mean, you can't take yourself so seriously. I mean, if you do, then your valuations can't be all that on. I mean, I've read some things. I don't know if it's all true. I believe that one though. First day on the job, it looked like personalized license plate, chauffeured caddy, status symbol. Sometimes I love cars. I love working on them with my old man. But, you know, some things are about pride and some things are about being responsible adults. You know, it's hard to see what's real and what's not. You know, like our White House is actually greenhouse gassing. That's what they're selling. Coal at Christmas time. Day before Thanksgiving, trade up carved reporter for cheaper oil. During global warming, member of our own press. And yeah, I was upset Thanksgiving. Like, seriously, I just drove away. You know, like, everybody just brushed it off. Like, what are you going to do about it? Yeah, I don't know. Not that. But, well, for the last decade or so, I've been working on a clean energy process. And, you know, I might as well say this too. You know, John McCain threw a offer out in his presidential bid. And he was a war hero. is a war hero. And, you know, like, I know times change. I mean, we don't want rock stars hooking up with 14-year-old girls while they sing Great Balls of Fire. Sounds like hell to me. When we could make this place a little more heavenly. I wouldn't mind going snowboarding. But there's not going to be any snow. We're doing global warming. Keep selling coal. Stockings. Crazy guy. Krampus trying to sell our kids' future. It's okay. Come from a different time. And obviously he's got some sort of sense of humor. I mean, you know, his son was sending out stuff on Instagram about a, you know, porn star painted his whole body orange. I'm pretty sure when our president gets naked, he dropped the makeup. You know, it's not the it thing to do. Cover yourself in makeup. Stephen King joke. Although I like Stephen Hawking too. His last deed on Earth was actually figuring out the math for us to save our own asses. Yeah, and I don't even know dude's name. I did see a bunch of his wife's money go towards some, you know, Bill Gates type stuff though, which I'm very impressed with. It's a good move. It really is. Actually, I believe, you know, I have intellectual property rights to a clean energy process. Quantum computing just came in. That would fix my timing issue. But rather than, say, overcomplicate things, like in the patent process, it explains to be very specific about what you are patenting. And well, I wrote a definition of gravity. It's right around 99% dead on. Stephen Hawking explains that his math was so far off, he didn't even give an example. He shoehorned the math to fit the theorem, which is reverse engineering. That is not a scientific process. Although, as the rules state, I don't write these rules, you know. In patenting, you are not allowed to patent reverse engineered processes, which means patenting through string theory, kind of, there's no loophole. I mean, that's kind of, it already does its own thing. Like, people might have gotten through that way, but technically, yeah, I don't see how that is proper. It doesn't abide by the rules. And my process kind of does naturally, you know, which is how the math is supposed to fit the physics. Naturally, it's there to support the physics. Math is not the physics, you know, like, yeah, I mean, and father of modern physics explains not to be one of success. Success is important, but being of value is a greater success. And we are dealing with global warming reality. I just talked to some kids the other night. They're awesome. They're awesome. You know, I know my generation, we grew up just wanting this fast thing that burned a shit ton of gas. We liked our little tiny Volkswagens that were super unsafe. To pull a $1.20 down a quarter mile. You know, because we could. Because we're dumb. Because that's what humans do. Oh wait, no homo. There's an 8 in sin. Hey, sapien. But I was a rectus once. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying hi. My name's Jerry Witt. I designed a clean energy process. Took it to the head of physics at Fresno State a while back. Some of my ideas became entropic derivation of force equals mass times acceleration in circular motion. You know, it was a simple question. And he did a bunch of math with a bunch of very educated, properly educated people with the ability to get the funds needed, you know, for such a thing. For the tests, they already had the tools. If they didn't have the tools, they had to collect the funds for that. But I still deserve my, portion of that. My name not on the peer-reviewed work. I still feel I have some intellectual property rights to it. Now, I also wrote a definition of gravity. See, volume of a sphere? Well, if you look up in the sky, hey guys, this is the Marleys again. Give thanks and praises to the moon and stars. Jerry Anthony Witt. Sorry, I spelled it a little different. But Hispanic tradition is you carry both names. Hernandez Witt. I like your boy Jatu, Jacu. I hear you guys. I do. And, inspirational. Absolutely. Like, even when I'm having a rough day, it's just, it feels good. I don't partake, but I do consider myself a fire. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not perfect, but it just doesn't work with my head. I don't have dreadlocks, but I did once. And I don't know. I just love you guys. But we've been fighting a war on drugs forever and ever. We just built a wall. I'm glad they left a little spot open at, the land of my birth, Yuma, Arizona. And, well, Pace County, so made in New York City? No, El Paso. But you know where the recipe comes from. So, how you think they got the recipe for the things to get over here, eh? We brought them back from, one of the wars. Most likely. It is what it is. We live in a big, complicated world. But, not paying attention to something we can do something about because, I don't know, it's not convenient, it's dropping the ball. I mean, the biggest addiction on earth is fossil fuels. The biggest potential for greatest harm on earth, global warming. I mean, unless a bunch of leaders get their panties all in a bunch, everything gets all caught up in their creases. They want to start a nuclear war for, doing their job, taking care of their nations, our planet, our people. We're one human race. I mean, Coco even said, I love humans. Last words, I love humans, but they're stupid. They need to take care of the earth, which, that's not even a sapien. We just the apes in sin. No homo. Nah, I love folk, period. I mean, I've been single for 10 years, and I've been so homo for so long, just me, myself, and I. It is what it is. I've been working on this clean energy thing, and none of it's been peer-reviewed through me. A lot of pieces of work I've gone through. Tropic derivation, not seen. Guys and gals, excuse me. We all start off as ladies, I might as well add. Double X chromosome. All right, now you drop one of those legs on the X. Whoa, where'd it go? Standing on one, but where'd the other one go? It fell out somewhere. But women women keep 2 X's. Men have an X and a Y chromosome. Some things are just that simple to see. I mean, why else would men have nipples? I mean, I got one right here. I'm pretty sure there was a time they would have burnt me at the stake and told me I was a witch. Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, 10 years ago, I saw potential in the clean energy process. Now, I'm not quacking up. I ain't dissing nobody for being on their knee. Leader of the club was a dark-colored fella. Big ears, too. He didn't have a Y coming out of his face. I'm just playing. I got to. We ain't no dumbos. I mean, we got ears. Dumb means you can't talk. Dumbo even had a little O at the end of his Dumbo so he could hear. And he made all kinds of noise. I just watched the movie the other night. It was hot. I needed a place to hang out. Went and saw it for $4. Then I snuck in the Shaft too. I gave him the Shaft. But I missed half of my movie. It's hot. It's only 110 degrees, but global warming gave us a weird side effect this year. Like a big old polar ice cap chunk broke off. All right. Now, at Halloween time, you know, whenever you're drinking your sherbet and orange sherbet mixed in with your red wave Kool-Aid, and some people even put Stay Puft marshmallows in them. But if you drop a piece of dry ice in that, like that big old polar ice cap thing that done broke off, you're going to see a fog come lifting out, and it's even chilly right around that there Halloween time when people are making things up, wearing costumes. You know, I actually love Halloween. It's one of my, well, it is my favorite holiday. Well, that, Thanksgiving. Christmas is cool, but like we're dealing with global warming, and plastic's a bad byproduct. I mean, it's filling our ocean. Hey, yeah, let's just turn that into a sterile swimming pool. Why don't we just go pour a bunch of shit ton of chlorine and just fucking kill all that green stuff in there, because it's ewy. Ew, there's life forms. I didn't grow up with, you know, things crawling and growing around me. I'm just playing. I gotta be sarcastic. But that's why we have this cool front. Like, I remember a couple years ago in Fresno, it was 115 degrees. But that doesn't mean global warming is not real. Like, it's still rising, and it's compound interest thing. I'm sure our president understands compound interest. I mean, somehow he compounded some funky interest. A $1 million little loan. I read some records that said Daddy was like carrying you. Like, Daddy broke you off, he just cut off a little $1 million here. You go have a party, boy. And that was your bonus. The rest of it was first day on, claimed worth at $220 million. Then said, $1 million loan. You know, I'm just ripping on you. You're human. I mean, this is my job. We're equal, right? No matter creed, color. Domestic and abroad. You know, that's our job. We're all human. I mean, if Coco knows that I love humans, but they're stupid, we need to take care of the planet. You know, and I hear people talking about IQ and then mixing up numbers. It's like 6,000 people at one rally. Said he was told 600, but I was going to call it 150. Why don't you just call it $1.25? $1.25. And go back to your home. You know where you're home. You know where you belong. Oh, that was Adam Sandler. And Bob Barker, like, I'm not perfect. I've been in jail, but I'm allergic to wool. Would you stop selling wool blankets or start selling some that I'm not allergic to? Although I don't plan on going back. You know, like, I've been frustrated for a while. I've been working on something for 10 years. It comes with depression and going through a divorce. I raised my children for a long time as a single parent by myself. Mom's back in their life. My place, whenever I was with my children, full time, I couldn't chase, you know, work during the housing bubble collapse. Know anybody that sells real estate? I seen a guy, he was here in town, kind of quacked me up after pitching this golf course here in this awesome town. Totally think could use my name on it in a golf course. We got this deal going? And then he comes by and grabs his flag and walks out. And all the little gold coins from DuckTales went down that little golf hole and filled up Uncle Scrooge's big old golden swimming pool. But who made out? I know I didn't. Well, I did. My door was open to all the kids in the community. And, you know, like, I did get back to work for a minute, but I've been working on this thing for a long time. And there are psychological effects that happen with discovering things. There's a movie called spark of genius. And this dude just moved a couple chips around, so windshield wipers aren't just going wah, 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 or just going boo, boo, boo. Like, they had different variable speeds. And he got $75 million for that, or he was supposed to. They offered him $75 million, not to say it was his idea, but he got like 40 or something because he actually got his credit. Like, that's a messed up story. He cut $35 million out of what he earned because we live in a funny place. Oh yeah, Edison was from Mexico. Like, we were saved by a Jewish dude in Nazi Germany times. Stephen Hawking, the guy in a wheelchair that couldn't talk, that wrote with his eyes, but that saw, you know, amazing things in his mind. He steered with his eyes. Like, that's a $6 million man right there. Well, he earned his wings too. You know, like, he did the math. Show us how to save our own planet. And I gotta tell you, Grandpa Krampus, you look much better without the makeup on. It's easier to see you. You don't look like the Headless Horseman or the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown in your little greenhouse. I mean, where else would a pumpkin grow? With silver bills and cockle shells? Cockle shells, and there's your girl Horseface. I don't mean to bring this up, but your wife, you know, do you even care? Yeah, I care. I care. I care a lot. I care enough to say that my president, honestly, should stand up and be like, yo, this is that guy's intellectual property. He's trying to do the right thing with it. And, I mean, it'd be cool if he gave me $1 million loan, too. Like, I could get international patents on what's mine already. It's been a long process. You know, like, I come from a construction background, and I'm sorry this video is long, but this is the one that's going on. I might have to give it a funny name. Like, I don't know, it probably won't be that funny. Hey, Mo! Like, I don't know, we'll call it Crash from DuckTales. But that's why he drives, you know, an airplane. Because his propeller blades was causing greenhouse gases. So he gave him to, hey, Seuss! Like, don't mow my lawn, homie. But, you know, for the kids, I think Jesus should have just as much opportunity becoming Dr. Seuss, you know, for our kids. I mean, I don't want him to, you know, be the one to suffer for my sins. Like, yo, you ain't even supposed to be mowing your lawn right now, right? Reverse Marxism. I mean, the right thing to do is not create more greenhouse gases or actually pay attention to it. I mean, I know we got satellites going up because in this agricultural valley we live in, I keep being told Fresno State's an ag school. They got a bunch of physics connected to a clean energy process. And a quantum computer just became a reality. And there's the timing. You know, like there's the timing right there. And it's a perfect time. And we need it. We can even do a retrofit. You know, put a little electric thing in your car, plant a couple trees, stop pumping greenhouse gases out. Trees start growing. Takes them 2 years before they mature, because until plants mature, they produce greenhouse gases too. And, you know, heck, I did see one of them Marley fellas say that they'd have the seed money. Like, cool. I mean, that makes more sense. It's better inhaling than blowing it out your tailpipe. You still got a pipe. It's right there on your tail. That's how you get around. 10 people clean. Oh, that person's bad. Oh, that person's bad. Oh, that person's bad. Oh, you know, like, we're human. And it can be very disenchanting to be human whenever people in lead roles are leading us in the wrong direction sometimes. You know, like, MAGA sometimes it looks good. That magazine cover, sometimes it just looks like a bunch of bananas going on in there, you know, like it's a banana clip. Like, what are you doing? You trying to save us? You trying to kill us? Like, said because you ran, that's why you're the president. And then you building a wall because I ran, so we running and building walls too. And then we're having children. You know, we even have one of our own young adults, wasn't even done with high school, locked up. And he lost 26 pounds. He wasn't hunger striking, you know. He was born here. I mean, I can say tan without being Satan, you know. I don't even got to make nothing up or be a liar about it. I got a good tan. I even got swastikas. See? The orange and pink. Those are the colors of strength and understanding, which bring peace, you know? Yeah. And I'm sorry this video is so long, but I met some kids that said, yeah, this is a perfectly normal conversation for them. You know, I did explain some other stuff, like song from American Beauty called Ripple, you know, there's a fountain not made by the hands of men. You just got to learn how to use it correctly and don't hurt yourself by drinking too much of it, you know. Yeah, which is weird because Grateful Dead did some amazingly intelligent music, like his gospel. He's classically trained as a cop, you know, like that was Jerry. And then weirded out and got all rocking on it. But, you know, we're in different times. Like we've grown up. I just saw, oh, there we go. Orange sunshine. Sorry, I'm old. You know, like I was supposed to start college sophomore year of high school. You know, for math and physics and stuff like that. Like I busted my butt. And my brain just loves that stuff. You know, whenever it can. Although a lot of people get all weird on me when I start talking science, they're just like, no, you're the devil. And I'm like, no, like, if it makes sense and it's science, don't that gotta be the mind of God? If it works, didn't we get to know God a little better? Or no, you're telling God who he is. But he just gave me this present. But he told me I can't re-gift it because, you know, I deserve my 2 cents too. And, you know, like I see big corporations, they want to be able to direct currency and flow of energy where they want to direct it. And honestly, I deserve my intellectual patent rights, intellectual property and patent rights to try and do the same. Like, so Blue Limited is a nonprofit I tried to start. I may have to rename it because I think my name's only good for 6 months for like copyright stuff. But nobody steal that. It's a long and shorthand. There's another joke. You know, a Trump hand, Spade's hand. That's also a flush. Long and shorthand. And then yelling at the dude because he don't like things that grow. What kind of sterile environment? Was it even on the planet Earth? Like, ooh, they got roaches. Somebody yelling rat. I gotta do this. You know, like, you know, and I do appreciate, you know, my son. When my son calls me and says, hey, our president did something pretty cool, Dad. I said, what? He said, he called, I think it was Sweden. There's a couple dudes grew up with girls. And ASAP Rocky. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. Yeah, he took care of a couple ladies that weren't comfortable with it by handling a couple guys. And I guess he ended up in jail for not doing things the right way, but doing what we were taught as gentlemen, you know, as folk with moms, sisters, with neighbors that we love and get. You know, if they're liking it, nothing you can do about it. But if they look like they're being distressed and uncomfortable, that's our job, you know? I mean, Like, I typically still even walk on the outside of the sidewalk. You know, one I'm with ain't for sale. It's not for sale. Like, it's worth what it's worth. I can't say all the stuff that went into it was all me. Not even for a second. Like, some amazing stuff was done. But I've seen a bunch of my ideas, you know, like timing situation, quantum computing. I've seen that happening in federally funded stuff directed straight towards the colleges for, you know, pinpointing dark energy. Now, my gravity definition explains everything's connected. Quantum physics, it doesn't matter. Some people don't like physics, but it makes sense, you know? Makes more sense than chasing money. I mean, we're gonna sell our children out, keep the planet going, keep that compound interest going, you know? Because that makes more sense. That's conventionalism. Is that convention oven? What kind of oven you working with there? Putting children in a cage? I remember that. That was that witch story. Fatten them up, give them a bunch of sugar, and then